She vanished inside a hotel, and what they found days later shocked the world. In early 2013, a young woman named Elisa Lam arrived in Los Angeles, California. She was 21 years old, a student from Canada, curious, thoughtful, and passionate about exploring the world. Like many travelers, she documented her journey online, posting photos, writing about her thoughts, sharing pieces of her life with strangers who followed her story. This trip was supposed to be an adventure, a break from routine, a chance to experience something new, but it would end in a way no one could have imagined. Elisa checked into a place known as the Cecil Hotel, a tall, aging building in downtown Los Angeles. From the outside, it looked like many other budget hotels, but behind its walls was a long and troubled history. Over the years, the hotel had been associated with crime, violence, and tragedy. Guests came and went. Some stayed for a night. Others never truly left. Elisa didn't seem to know much about that history, or if she did, she didn't let it bother her. At first, everything seemed normal. She explored the city during the day, returned to the hotel at night, spoke with her family regularly. Then, something changed. Elisa stopped calling home. No messages, no updates, no contact at all. For her family, this was immediately alarming. She had a habit of checking in, letting them know she was safe, so when the call stopped, they knew something wasn't right. Her parents reported her missing. Authorities began searching. They checked her room. Her belongings were still there. Clothes, personal items, everything left behind as if she had planned to return. But Elisa was nowhere to be found. The hotel was searched. Hallways, rooms, common areas. Nothing. It was as if she had simply vanished inside the building. Then came the footage. A security camera inside one of the elevators captured what would become the most discussed moment of the case. It showed Elisa entering the elevator alone. At first, nothing seemed unusual. She pressed several buttons, waited, but the elevator doors didn't close. Then her behavior changed. She stepped toward the doorway, looked out into the hallway, then quickly stepped back inside, as if she was trying to avoid being seen. She pressed more buttons, almost all of them, then moved into the corner of the elevator, her body tense, her movements uncertain. She peeked out again, this time longer, carefully, as if she was watching someone or something, but the hallway appeared empty. Then came the part that confused everyone. She began moving her hands in strange ways, slow, deliberate gestures, almost like she was communicating or reacting to something invisible. At one point, she stepped completely out of the elevator, out of the camera's view, then returned briefly, before leaving again. After that, she was never seen on camera again. The video quickly spread online. Millions of people watched it, trying to make sense of what they were seeing. Some believed she was frightened, hiding from someone. Others thought she might have been confused, disoriented, possibly experiencing something psychological. But no matter the theory, one fact remained. There was no visible threat in the footage, no one chasing her, no one entering the elevator, just Elisa, alone. Days passed, the search continued. Then something unexpected happened. Guests at the hotel began to complain. The water had a strange taste, a dark color, an unusual smell. Maintenance workers were sent to investigate. They went up to the roof, where large water tanks supplied the building. One of the tanks was opened, and inside, they found Elisa. Her body had been floating in the water, hidden above the hotel, while guests below them continued their daily routines, unaware of what was above them. The discovery raised more questions than answers. How did she get to the roof? The access points were supposed to be secured, locked, monitored. The water tanks themselves were not easy to enter. Heavy lids, high platforms, not something someone could easily climb into unnoticed. And if she had entered the tank on her own, how did she close the lid behind her? There were no clear signs of forced entry, no evidence pointing directly to another person. just a series of strange, unanswered questions. After investigating the case, authorities reached a conclusion. They ruled her death as accidental. It was suggested that Elisa may have been experiencing a mental health episode. She had previously struggled with bipolar disorder, and it's believed that this may have affected her actions. According to this explanation, she somehow made her way to the roof, entered the water tank, and was unable to escape. But not everyone accepted that conclusion. Many people still question key details. Why was the elevator behaving the way it did? Why did she act like she was hiding? How did she access restricted areas without being noticed? And perhaps the most unsettling question of all, what really happened in the moments after she left that elevator? Over the years, the case has remained in the public eye, discussed, analyzed, debated. For some, it is a tragic accident, a young woman in distress, caught in a moment she couldn't escape. For others, it feels incomplete, like something is missing. A piece of the story that was never found. Beyond the mystery, there's a real person at the center of it all. A daughter, a student, a young woman with dreams and thoughts and a life ahead of her. Her story is often told as a puzzle, but it is also a reminder of how quickly things can change, how fragile life can be. Some mysteries leave behind answers, but others leave behind silence.